Good morning, everybody, one more time. Welcome to our SOS webinar, which is focused on value instrument today. This webinar will be held by Mr. Rohde Schwarz, who is going to present to you today. Just some organization information at the beginning. If there is any question regarding WebEx, please contact admin. And if there is any question for Mr. Herwig, who is going to present, please write your question to Q&A window, and at the end of webinar, we will ask this question. So the last information, this webinar is going to be recorded, so after this webinar, you can find it on our website. So now I will pass the word to Mr. Herwig, who will start his presentation. Mr. Herwig, can we hear each other?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much.
So I'm going to pass you right, so you can start your presentation.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everybody from my side. My name is Rohde Schwarz from Rohde Schwarz company, and it's a pleasure for me today to speak about our value instruments portfolio and the possible application with it. First, I want to explain what is still behind the name value instruments. Well, it means, in principle, explained in few words, good quality in a nice price segment. And now I open my presentation, and I want to speak about first the content of the presentation. And I need first to introduce myself. As I've told you, my name is Rohde Schwarz. I'm application engineer working for Rohde Schwarz for more than 5 years. My responsible topics are network analysis and EMC measurement and system solution for our customers. The next point will be, I want to speak a little bit about Rohde Schwarz company. And the topics of the presentation is how to use the value instruments applications. In which field, as we can see here, for example, research and development, validation, production, and the quality control. In between the presentation, I would like to show you some nice product videos, and it would be glad if you can give me after my presentation then the feedback and the questions, as my colleague just told you before. Well, first, just a few words about Rohde Schwarz company. Well, we are an independent autonomous company. For nearly 80 years, we are working on the test and measurement segments and for wireless communication. We are representative in over 70 countries, and we have a turnover of more than 1.8 billion euros. This was from the fiscal year 11-12, the figure. With an export share of more than 90%, our 8,700 employees are working worldwide. Our new benefits on the market are the oscilloscopes, which have the first digital trigger, and also I would like to mention here our fastest test receiver on the EMC market, with working on time domain mode. Now, a few words about the business field. Rohde Schwarz is just working in the world. As you can see here, we have here the test and measurement segment. We have the secure communication segment, radio monitoring and radio location, broadcasting, which means TV and radio transmitters, and the service at least. Yeah. When we take a look to the test and measurement, what kind of equipment we will have for following applications, I would like to tell. We have test and measurement equipment for RF and microwave section, for the electromagnetic compatibility, this means EMC, and test equipment, for radio communication, especially for mobile radio, and for, in principle, overlapping with the broadcast section, audio, video, and broadcast testers. And we have some nice instruments also for general purpose electronics. Now, let's start about the presentation about the value instrument and application. Just mention, somebody needs a solution, okay? If you have a customer like this man, as we can see in the nice photo, he needs a solution how to keep in his beers. And there is a company in the market which has a nice idea, like this product as you can see on the screen in the middle. It is called, from my side, the intelligent razor. Surprise? Okay, now we can see the product is just here in the middle, and we have two sides. On the left-hand side, we have here the industry, which is still producing the product or wants to produce this new product, and on the other side, there's the customer who wants to buy this product. What is important for the industry? For example, cheap production, easy handling, and quality. And on the other side, the customer wants to have here a convenient product with high quality, and afterwards he wants to have good service and support solution for this product what he has bought on the market. Now, just take a look what is still around our quite nice product. I've split it up into 4 sections. Section 1 is the research and development of the product. The second one will be the validation of the product. The third one is then the production of the product, and at last, but not least, is the quality control of that. So I have here a quite good statement on our market for our product. When we can take a look first at the research and development phase, so we have to take a look what is still inside this intelligent razor. As we can see, for example, we have here the motor, and it will be controlled by the motor controller. For example, a microcontroller can do that. And we have the power supply supplying the motor and also the motor control. So for that, we need a lot of instruments for the research and development phase. And I want to show you maybe one practical application. As you can see here, when we take a look about the motor and the motor control, we can use, for example, an instrument like the oscilloscope from Hamek, measuring the output voltage and the output current which flows over the motor. For example, driving the motor control, we can use a signal generator producing a signal. For powering up the motor control for the first development phase, we can use here a power supply. And maybe it is also important to know about how high is the power of the motor control and the motor together. So for that, we have here an instrument in this application called a power meter. So when we take a look on the oscilloscope portfolio, we can I can show you here some different models. For example, the HMO digital oscilloscope consisting in different models starting from 70 megahertz up to 200 megahertz, existing in 2-channel or 4-channel versions. And then we have the brand new HMO 3000 series on the market, starting from 300 megahertz, going up to 500 megahertz, also existing in 2-channel and 4-channel versions. And at least we have here the Rohde Schwarz product RTM oscilloscope up to 500 megahertz, also in 2- and 4-channel versions, with 2.5 gigasamples per second and 10 megasamples per channel, for example. Yeah? on this side, I want to show you now a video. The first video is about the new HMO 3000 series.
sensitivity, mostly functionality, and great fun. There's a distinguishing Reading the claim. This must be changed between point tension and tension. Ladies and gentlemen, great value.
Oh, sorry. Okay, just now back to the presentation. As you can see, or as you have seen here in this nice video, the HMO 3000 series is quite a nice flexible product, because I just want to mention out that it is possible via software upgrade, software to change the bandwidth, to update the bandwidth of the scope. Yeah. Then, just to remember about the application what I talked before, we have here also power supplies. For example, as you can see here, we have here the HM8143 model. This is a 3-channel arbitrary power supply, supplying us with 2 times 30 volts and 1 times 5 volts, with 3 times 2 ampere current flow. And then we have here the programmable 2 or 3-channel high-performance power supply called the HMP. And on this side, I have also provided here a video, and I want to show you that now.
Hi, this is one word from Rohde Schwarz.
Okay, just switching back to the presentation. Sorry. Oh, now we have a small technical issue. I just want to share the presentation. I hope it could be seen. So we stopped here from the power supplies, and now some few words about power measurement. What kind of models we have here, for example. We have here from Rohde Schwarz the power meter called HM8143. 8115-2. The measurement range of that instrument is starting from 1 milliwatt going up to 8 kilowatts, and the voltage range is going from 100 millivolts up to 500 volts in the current range of 1 milliampere up to 16 amps. Interesting is here that we have here a frequency range starting from DC going up to 1 kilohertz. Next one is a few words about the signal generators in this application. As we can see here, we have here 3 models listed. The first one is the HMF, the arbitrary function generator. We have here 2 models here in 2 different frequency ranges. Both of them are starting from 10 microhertz going up to 25 megahertz, or the other one going up to 50 megahertz. And then we have here the RF synthesizer, the HM8134 or the HM8135 models, going up, starting up from 1 hertz up to 1 to 2 or 3 gigahertz, with the power of providing up to 13 plus 13 dBm. And at least here I would recommend about our Rohde Schwarz product, the SMC108, existing in 2 versions, both of them starting from 9 kilohertz going up to 1.1 gigahertz, or the other range is going up to 3.2 gigahertz, also providing up to 13 dBm power. The next field is the validation and measurement application field. As we can see here, we have here some nice instruments combined in a system for EMI debugging on our test device. As you can see here in the middle of the picture, we have a power supply which is giving us 240 volt AC power, and on the other side we have here the spectrum analyzer, and we want to measure now the emitted power on the line and on the boards with the spectrum analyzer. If we want to measure with the spectrum analyzer the emitted EMC power.
Sorry for a second, but we can't see the presentation.
I'm sorry, but okay. For that, I have here the problem. I cannot find the sharing window.
It's so please try on the top menu. There is a on top bar. There is a share.
It disappeared. I'm sorry. This is the problem.
Okay.
I try to find it in the menu. Share. Okay. Application. It is in the menu button, and now PowerPoint slideshow. Okay.
Okay.
Is it now working?
It's working already. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry for that. Okay.
So you can continue.
I will continue. Just maybe restart it. Okay. I was talking about the signal generators. I hope that it was had been seen by the participants. And I want to switch to the next section. Yeah. After research and development of the product, we have the validation in the measurement application. Yeah. And for validate a product, it is, for example, necessary to make the EMI debugging. Yeah. This means we have here the test device, like this one, what we can see in the middle of the picture. And this test device needs 240 volt AC. And now we have here a spectrum analyzer. And with the spectrum analyzer, we want to measure the emitted disturbance signals on the power line. If you want to measure on a power line the emitted disturbance signal, we need here this line interface stabilization network on the left-hand side, as you can see, to have here a defined impedance providing us the power for the power supply, for the test device. And then we have here also the possibility with a near-field probe set, what you can see located on the right-hand side of the button, to measure directly on the test device with a small kind of probes like antennas to find you some hotspots on the schematics. Yeah. For EMC pre-compliance, it is recommended to use the word pre-compliant, because for full compliance we need more expensive solution. But with this validated with this instrument, we can provide here EMC pre-compliance measurement. For that, we have here the EMC PCS set, and we have here two versions. One is measuring up to 1 gigahertz, and the other one is measuring up to 3 gigahertz. This means it is a combination of a spectrum analyzer from HAMEC and a near-field probe set and this line interface stabilization network. Yeah? For the spectrum analyzer, we have two models. One is going up to 1 gigahertz, and the other one measuring up to 3 gigahertz in principle. And this is the difference between the two EMC pre-compliance sets, just explained in a few words. A nice thing is also, if it is wanted, this ES scan EMI measurement software, which is where you have the possibility to make it in principle semi-automatic, this measurement, and then creates afterwards, when the test result appears on the screen, measurement reports. Just a few words to the spectrum analyzer, what we have here in the value instruments portfolio. As I mentioned, we have here the HMS HAMEC model, starting up from 100 kilohertz up to 1 or 3 gigahertz. And we have from Rohde Schwarz the FSC model, starting up from 9 kilohertz, providing us two models. One is going up to 3 gig and the other one up to 6 gigahertz. After this second stage of this product, I would talk about the measurement application of the production section. For examples, we have here some multimeters. As we can see here, the product coming from HAMEC, it's a 6.5 digit precise multimeter called HM8112-3. It has a quite nice resolution of 100 nanovolts of voltage measurement, for current measurement 100 picoampere, and it measured also the resistance. The resolution is here 100 microohms, and we have here 0.001 degrees Celsius. The DC basic accuracy is here less than 0.003%, and the measurement intervals can be switched between 0.1 seconds up to 60 seconds. Well, for example, when we have here the product, it needs to be tuned or calibrated. How can we do that with our value instruments portfolio? We can see here in the middle the motor control, which is driven by the power supply on the left-hand side, and the motor control controls our motor, as you can see in the picture on the right-hand side. This is in principle the whole product, and we have here for measuring the power supply this nice multimeter, and we have here, for example, for the motor control, a frequency counter just measuring the motor control. What is new on the multimeter section? It is the model HMC 8012. It is quite a nice instrument. It has 12 measurement functions, for example, DC voltage, DCI, true RMS. It has also includes diodes test, temperature, power, and so on, with nice resolution of 1 microvolt, 100 nanoampere, 1 milliohm, and for measuring capacitance, we have here a resolution of 1 picofarad. We can also use this multimeter for measuring frequency with a resolution of 1 Hz. Mathematical functions are also including, just like limit testing of minimum and maximum, average, offset, DC power. We can also measure dB and dBm, like in principle with the spectrum analyzer and the marker function. Yeah? And what is also nice to recommend here is that we have also the possibility with the platinum sensors to make here temperature measurements. Frequency counters on this application. We have here a model I want to talk a little bit about. It's called the HM8123, starting from 0 Hz from DC going up to 3 GHz, and providing us 2 measurement inputs up to 200 MHz, the first input, and the other one is starting from 100 MHz up to 3 GHz. Then, when we have this product developed, validated, and produced, afterwards, in principle, it is still finished. But now we want to take a look about the quality of the product. So this means the quality control. And I have here also figured out a measurement application looking like, in principle, this. We have a huge portfolio of components which are still inside our product. And for example, we can make here component testing with this LCR bridge come from HAMEC, or with a network analyzer, this small, nice, low-weight network analyzer from Rohde Schwarz, calling the ZVH model. When we take a look on the network analyzer called ZVH, we can see here it is covering a frequency range starting from 100 kHz, and we have here 2 models on the market. The ZVH4 is measuring up to 3.6 GHz, and the ZVH8 model is measuring up to 8 GHz. It has 2 ports and a nice dynamic range starting from less than minus 141 dBm, and with preamplifier starting from minus 161 dBm. Also, what is nice to tell here is that this network analyzer has also a possibility to use it as a spectrum analyzer with some nice measurement applications. It is quite a good portability product. It is a handheld solution. It is ruggedized. You can also use this instrument outside in the field. The low weight I've still mentioned is about 3 kilograms, and it is battery powered, so it is independent of power supply. And with the battery, you can measure up to 4.5 hours. The LCR bridge from HAMEC is called HM8118. It's starting up from 20 Hz, going up to 200 kHz with a basic accuracy of 0.05%. And it has also an external bias voltage from up to 40 volts DC, and a lot of measurement modes. We can measure inductivities, capacitivities, and the products of it. Well, when we take a look at least at the value instruments product portfolio, you can see here we have a lot of instruments that can be used for a lot of measurement application, just to covering your produced product on the market. As you can see, signal generators. We have also beneath oscilloscope the radio testers, power supplies, broadband amplifiers, switcher unit. A lot of instruments on the market what we can supply for you for nice technical solutions. So what I would like to say at the end, we are not only selling the instrument boxes, we are also selling, as you can see here, measurement solutions. On this, I would like to thank you for your attention, and now it should be time for the Q&A section. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Eric, for your presentation. For now, I don't have any questions from our attendees. So if there is any question after also this webinar, you can feel free and write us an email, and we will forward to Mr. Hervik, and he will answer it. So from my side, just let me thank you for your presentation. Hervik,
thank you very much. I'm sorry it was a little bit scrambled, but thank you very much for the possibility to be a participant from Rohde Schwarz company for your customers. And for me, it was the first time to do that in that way. In principle, I always have done some nice presentation, but in front of some customers, what I can see, and now I'm sitting here alone in the room. But it was just quite a nice thing. Thank you very much, and giving back the word to you.
Okay, thank you. As I mentioned at the beginning, the video from this webinar will be available on our website at the beginning of the next week. So you can feel free to download or watch it. It will be on in a cinema. So let me just thank you for your attendance. And one more information at the end. I'm sorry. After this webinar, you can find some short survey. And if you have a couple minutes, just please fulfill this survey and give us your feedback about our webinar. And one of you will be drawn by lot and can win some presents from Rohde Schwarz. And also, I would like to invite you for our next webinar, which will be held next Wednesday, the 6th of November, and will be focused on SOS eShop and some benefits of it. So thank you one more time for your attendance, and hope we will hear each other on our next webinar. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.